Peace, love, and life, family. How you doing today? Sister Toffee here, creator of KMSC.online, where we talk about the divine nature within your spirit. Thank you for coming to watch this video on this channel. Could have been anything else, could have been anywhere else. I appreciate you. On this channel, we talk about self-spiritual mastery, and I use the ancient Egyptian spiritual science as a filter to receive messages from the divine and then communicate with you based on what I've experienced and the knowledge I understand about spirit regarding the ancient Egyptian perspective of spiritual composition. So right now in this video, we're going to be talking about the toxic masculine, toxic matrix-minded, destructive masculine. I've already done one about the feminine, and so I want to talk about the nature that is actually the opposite of the divine nature that is causing destruction on the planet. It's causing generations of conditioning that is self-destructive, that can be prevented should we come to a better understanding of what is required of us to embody a healthy existence as a spirit in a physical human form, understanding the laws and the responsibilities that we have, when operating in masculine energy, whether you are a male or a female, but this video does particularly refer to males embodied in a physical form. However, if you are a feminine, you are able to embody masculine energy. Many women have a lot more masculine energy than some men do. Some men have more feminine energy than female women in physical form. And so it's all about the nature. Let's talk a little bit about first, I want to encourage you to look at the toxic feminine video and then come back and watch this one. You can also watch the other the other video prior to that one, and I'm going to do another one with the spread for the month of July and August. I just want to talk about my understanding what toxic masculinity is. First, I want to talk about what divine masculinity is. Divine masculinity, in my personal opinion, is a person that understands how to deal with the masculine energy in a healthy way that is beneficial and not destructive. I'm going to say it again. A divine masculine energy, okay, a godly or a balanced or orderly masculine energy is intent on bringing benefit and balance and building as opposed to destroying. Masculine energy is a seed energy. It's a seed. It's a potential energy. It is the potential or the potent energy that allows a thing, an idea, or a soul to come into this earth. Every person walking on the planet, regardless of sex, gender, age, race, came from a man, but was shaped inside of a woman. I'm going to say that again. Every person walking on the planet came from a man. That's right. So check out that video that I did on Daddy's Baby, Mommy's Maybe, because Daddy, you papa, and it's all about you. Yes, every person on this planet should be looked at as a child, not meaning a baby, meaning someone to treat in an adolescent way, but I'm saying know that you are the progenitor, you're the producer of souls, okay? Men were given this gift and responsibility of the masculine energy of the Creator, Father God, to be the conduit or the vessel from which souls go from the spiritual realm, the fifth dimension, and are birthed into the physical realm. Yes, there's a 9-month process, and the 9-month process, in my personal opinion, are based on the 9 dominant elements that make up our powers to manifest, which the ancient Egyptians called the Neteru, or the power of God's nature. Okay? And each one of them have a faculty that's underlying, that is not seen with the physical eye, but is something you need to be aware of, and something that you need to understand that you are constantly creating with, whether you are intending to or not. It's just the template of our spirit. It's how we create. It's what it is. Once you become aware of this general template, and you understand as a masculine what your responsibility is as the conduit for manifestation of souls on the planet. You are the only reason why people get here and make it to the planet. Without the man, there is no seed. Without the plant having a seed, there will be no tree. You are the originator of it all. That's why They called men that mastered the self in ancient Egypt the gods. And they called the women that mastered the feminine energy the goddesses. Because with the physical embodiment, it's normal or first to master the energy that you are physically born in. And then master the other element that you were not born in. I'm born in a physical form as a female in this life, and I'm meant to master the masculine energy, meaning the emperor energy. I'm meant to learn how to embody the responsibility that men take on, learning how to effectively assess, delegate, locate resources, provide what is needed in an environment, create benefit for people. That is my challenge, to create financial stability, to protect. Protection doesn't always have to be a physical fight or the use of a gun. It can also be spreading knowledge, which I'm doing, attempting to do right now. If you should find this information helpful and you actually apply it to your life. Toxic masculinity is the opposite of the divine template of benefit. Toxic masculinity is destructive. It is narcissistic in nature. It is intent on harm. It is intent on stripping of power and breaking something down and destroying something, as opposed to building it up and creating abundance and being fruitful and multiplying that thing. Whether it is a woman, a child, a woman's ability to be resourceful within her own gifts, a child being able to identify their own strengths and not being afraid of their father, but feeling that they can trust their father to help cultivate their gifts so that they can become the best version of themselves. Whether it is a young man in the neighborhood or a person in the neighborhood that knows that this man is a father of three, has a wife, and the kid's dad is in the hospital, and the kid happens to be seen crying on the way home, and the man sees the kid crying, asks what's wrong, and my dad's in the hospital, he's sick, and my mom is in another state right now. I don't have a way to go see my dad's sick, I don't know what I'm going to do. He, with the permission of the parents before this happened, having a relationship with the parents, wouldn't just do this without the parents' permission, diplomatically says, I don't mind being there, knowing that your wife is not out of town, you're not doing well. This is all prior, okay, to the child actually having something like this. Just knowing how to have a diplomatic nature, how to do things the right way. A man that understands that he is a creator of souls, that does not just have sex to have it for pleasure, understanding that he could put a seed in the woman, and that if he has sex with a woman, he needs to make sure it's a woman that he would not mind having a child by, that he wouldn't be embarrassed by, that he wants to keep in the closet or secret. That is a toxic masculine, someone that would do that would actually put pleasure over purpose, okay, and overpower instead of staying aligned with principle. Okay, so a man that is a divine masculine focuses on aligning and staying in alignment with principle. Okay, he knows that he is the principle in the planet, on the planet Earth. Man is the ceiling. His strength is what builds empires. His ability to maintain and sustain whatever he creates, that's a masculine energy. So men have been programmed to think that virility has something to do with being a divine masculine. That is not true. Any man can make a child, but it takes a real divine masculine man to become a father. A father is someone that doesn't even have to speak about the testament of who he is. His children and their character speaks volumes about who the man is. The man has to say nothing. A divine masculine is intent on building a legacy. Like I said, he's all about empowerment. He's not about stripping power from women, stripping power from children. He's also not weakened by the sexuality of a woman. A woman can't pull him because she's sexy. He has more spiritual power than that, and does not put a thrilling night above his long-term perspective on what it is that he wants for his children, regarding the reputation that his children will see the father having as they get older, the feeling that they have towards relationships, seeing how he treats their mother, the feeling that he will have about himself and his bloodline, his mother, his father, his grandparents, his ancestors, regarding what they did to provide for them, and to create a particular type of reputation for that family name. It's very important that this understanding of toxic masculinity is very clear, and the difference between toxic masculinity and divine masculinity. There's a big difference. 1 second, you guys. I'm really hot. I got a candle right here, and it's getting hot in this place. I'm going to open up some windows. I'll be right back, okay? Hold on. Hold on, family. I hope you guys doing okay. Today is Friday. Excuse me. 1 second, family. You guys got to forgive me. Got a lot of noise over here. So you're going to hear a lawnmower. That's something they do next to the building next to me. They always do that because it's a huge complex, and they have to cut the grass, maintain, I guess. So 1 second, you guys. Coming right back. I hope you guys doing okay. Today is Friday, July 8th, 2022. Numbers add up to a 3. 3 is about speaking your truth. It's Capricorn energy and the work we need to get done. The work we need to get done, I'm referring to right now, is the spiritual work. Right now, I'm talking about clearing up the iniquity and the karmic debt so that the children in our bloodline don't have to suffer. Because when we don't do what we're meant to do in this life, as far as our spiritual responsibilities and the karmic retribution we have to pay back to the universe, back to spirit, because we weren't in alignment in whatever incarnation, this incarnation, the last incarnation, it's inherited by the children. I'm telling you right now, if you don't get a hold of your masculine, your toxic masculinity and understanding of the difference between the toxic and the divine, you will cause your children to suffer. They will suffer and have to pay for what you did not do, what you did not pay from the divine. So we're talking about ancestral karma here. It starts with you right now, here, now, today. Let me see. I'm going to sit down for a minute. I want you guys to know that toxic masculinity is not a man that is focused on looking good. There's nothing wrong with looking good. It's nice to stay attractive and healthy and all of that. But masculinity is about producing. It's about being a producer. And it's about what you producing being so healthy that the seed that another project out of the project that you've already started will always be a good one. That means if you have one child and you do good with the first child, that means the second child should be just as healthy or better. Okay? That means if you start a project, that means, you say you're an investor, you invest in real estate, you build, you flip, you fix and flip. The first project you did was great, you make the second one even better. Okay? Because you're honing in your divine masculine power and skills and understanding, and you're tapped in to the divine father energy. Everything you do as a divine masculine is supposed to be to bring elevation, expansion, and benefit. Okay? Not destruction. So this destructive nature, this violent nature, this aggressive nature that has been dominant in the world today, this is not of the divine. Okay? This is an entity attachment from a demonic force. Okay? Father God is not destructive. If Father God was destructive, the planets would be colliding. Okay? And the benefics would be playing pool with the planets, and we wouldn't be able to stand still, The divine is very gracious to us. Okay? And men have to understand that you are the first manifestation of God, and that the things that you do are going to affect how life responds to us. What is our life? Our life is our body. Our life is the air we breathe. Our life is the earth that comprises of our body, the food we eat, the substance, the resources we use to build things, the water we drink. Nature will respond to us according to our balance or imbalance to the universal laws and the natural laws. And so, as the father of nations, because that's what you are, all of you are like an Abraham, or Abraham, okay? Ra is the skills to submit to the will of the divine, okay? It's like guiding a load you got on a tractor trailer. You know, it takes skill to keep that truck in the lines. Okay, I'm just giving the best scenario I can think of. But it's carrying something that's very weighty. It's with skill and maintaining order so that it doesn't destroy anyone else. Okay, being a man is a big responsibility. Okay, being sexually promiscuous, not taking responsibility for your sexual activity, making babies and not being responsible for them, leaving it to another man to take care of your child, continuing to stay in perpetual youth and not owning up to your responsibilities as a man or a father, that's toxic masculinity. I want you to know something. Those of you that don't mind hurting women, that think it's funny to sit around talking about women in your man caves and think it's funny, I want you to know something. When you hurt a woman, you hurt yourself. Let me tell you why I say that. Because men are the ones that bring women to the world and children. Women and boys. Did you know all children come from the man? Women are not the procurers of children. Okay, God made man the bringer of the souls. So, Daddy, all the people of the planet, they're your babies. Well, your children are your babies, like other people are not your children. I'm saying, generation after generation after generation, men, you are the reason why people walk on the planet, not the woman. Once your seed, which is healthy, by divine order, connects with a woman's egg, the divine makes a pact with the woman, with you. They just use the woman. So I'm going to tell you something. You're more of the parent of the child than the mother. Did you know that? Because the seed comes from you. The soul comes from you. So this is how important you are. This is how powerful you are. You are the earth gods. And so knowing that you are a god, this is not something for you to say, okay, well, that gives me a license to be a tyrant. No. If you're saying it's okay for you to be a tyrant, you're telling I call God the Father, the masculine energy of the Godhead, the Father. You're telling the Heavenly Father it's okay for them to be a tyrant towards you. So, judge ye not, lest you be judged in the same measure in which you judge. Okay? Especially with you being the earth god. You are a little manifestation. You are an extension of God the Father in a physical form. So whatever you say is okay to do to a woman, to a child, to an environment, you're saying it's okay for the divine to do the same thing to you. Did you hear what I said? You're saying it's okay for the divine to do the same thing to you. Because you're the God. You're the ruler of this world. You're the top of the living chain. Women, children, and animals, sea animals, whatever. But you're the top. So if you say it's okay, and that's the regime that you put out, you can't complain about what kind of karma comes back. So I want you to know this, okay? Masculines, whether you're divine or toxic. What you do or what you do not do. Look at this, the Knight of Wands. I didn't even try to do that. You need to get your passion under control. You need to yield your fire energy properly. Okay? And I know for many of you that's sexual energy. I'm not trying to advocate for any religion, but I will tell you this. Men, those of you that like to have more than one wife, Muslims under their religious law are allowed to have 4 wives. Okay? I'm not saying don't want what you want. I'm not saying ignore your virility. What I am saying to you is you need to have responsibility with your virility. Responsibility with your virility, okay? That's like putting a seed in soil and saying, oh, well, I don't think it's going to I doubt if it rains and it's going to take root and then make a tree. You put your seed in the soil. The nature of a woman, once you put your seed in her, is to give birth to a child. But you're the farmer. You're the one that holds the seed. You're the farmer. You're supposed to till the land, meaning you're supposed to cultivate an environment that's healthy so that woman can give birth to a healthy child. A child that you can later have be a part of your company, to carry your name, your legacy, someone that can do what you cannot do once you've reached a certain age. Now you have a wonderful son or a daughter that you can give and delegate responsibility to, that can help you because you have raised them with love, with the intent to benefit them, to make them strong, but not to make them inferior or insecure, but to empower them. So now it's just automatically natural for them to give back. They're your seed, like it's like an apple tree. Once the tree grows up and it has apples on it, there's seeds inside the apple. That child has potential inside of itself to give to you. It has the energy, the nourishment for it. But if you don't cultivate your own soil so you can grow a good tree which produces good seeds, how do you expect to have good apples with good seeds? They don't have anything to give back to you. You didn't put anything good in them. And that's just dealing with your children. Now with the woman, you need to understand that when you destroy women, you destroy yourself, because women come from you and through you. If you think women are weird and strange, guess what? You're weird and strange. Because where else does a woman come from? A turtle? From under a rock? No, we come out of you. If you're upset about women coming through you, you need to talk to the Creator. I didn't make the rules. I'm saying if you don't like the fact that women come through you, because women come through you, where did you think we came from? You thought we came from women? No, we come from you. The feminine is in you. You make women. You create females. You didn't know that? Where did you think we came from? Daddy? Papa? So now you hate what comes from your own loins? I think you've got some things to think about. I would apologize for being harsh, but you guys have been playing this child role for too long. I'm going to be honest, I'm very disappointed in a lot of you. However, there is a remnant of true divine masculines, and I want you to know, I'm so sorry you're carrying the burden for men that refuse to evolve. I'm so sorry, and I got a big hug for you. I love you so much, and I'm sending you up divine energy and strength and intent from the divine. May you have all the help and support that you need, and anything you need, resources, may manifest in this here and in this now. But for those that are choosing to operate in low-level, matrix-minded, destructive, toxic masculinity, I'm ashamed of you, I'm disappointed in you, and I'm hurting. I'm hurting for the children of the future. I'm hurting for the women that have to accept that the men they come out of don't even love them. That means they don't even love themselves. And I believe the reason why you have a problem with loving yourself is because you don't even know the value of who you are. You are so amazing. How did you come up with not thinking that you're beautiful and wonderful, wonderfully made and amazing? It blows my mind. I don't know who told you that. Possibly a toxic feminine, maybe your mother. Because she got hurt by a man and she never healed. And she took it out on you. And I'm sorry, sweetie. And your mother should have never done that. But you're going to have to ask for divine wisdom and understand what she went through and what a toxic masculine did to her to make her that way, to make you hurt. What happens is toxic mothers that are toxic feminines become toxic because a man hurt them that was not a divine masculine, that chose to be a toxic masculine. So now that toxic masculine hurt your mother, and your mother hurts you, and then you become a toxic masculine. You see the cycle? So I need you to stop it. I need you to be the God that you are, because you're not your experiences. Once you separate your experience from who you truly are, which is a God, the grace and the power and the energetic transfer transfiguration that you need to transform your consciousness and to shift out of victim mentality will happen. I promise you. You are the earth god. No question about it. You're not a wimp. You're not what somebody called you, names. You're none of that. You are a god. Yes, you are. You are mighty. You are powerful. You are beautiful in a masculine way. You are needed so much. And there's nothing weak about being tender, about being a powerful masculine that holds your strength back. That is the most beautiful, attractive thing. Power under control, that's a true emperor. That's a true emperor. That's daddy. Will you contemplate and consider the fact that you were made for more than what you've lived? Because you are. Please think about it for the future generations. Be the spiritual, mental, and emotional superhero that I know you can be. Don't be the victim, because you don't have to be. If you survived the event, you survived it. Let it die. Do a ceremony. Burn, write a letter, burn it in the ocean, bury it in a pit. I don't care what it was, who it was, or how many times whatever is hurting you. You keep looking on YouTube for rituals and ways to burn that thing and send it back to the pit of hell. Because when you go back to the divine, you will be pure spirit. There will be no memory of anything that you went through in this past life. Maybe at the judgment seat, maybe when you walk through the hall of Ma'at, maybe. But if you alchemize and turn into the hawk of gold, baby, where you go, it's going to be glory. Ascended masters. A world similar to Earth, but absolutely beautiful, with crystal streams. A perfect world with no dirt, no death. I know because I've seen it. I've been there. I love you guys so much. I've suffered behind toxic masculinity. I've suffered behind toxic masculinity through women and men for 50 years. I'm not going to cry right now, but I could. Destructive toxic masculinity will beat you down to a pulp. It will kill you if you let it. Toxic, destructive masculine energy is an energy that's attached to an entity, a demon, and it lives in men and women. And when you come across a toxic masculine, whether in masculine or feminine form, you got to let them know that you mean business. You got to let them know I'm willing to die. They may be willing to fight you to the death, and they may not. But you got to let them know you're willing. Because I'd rather be a dead lion than a living mouse. How about you? I'm in feminine form. You're not going to let a woman trump you, right? I can really get into this. I get more emotional with talking about divine masculine and toxic masculine energy than I do feminine. Because toxic feminine energy is toxic masculine energy. I really, truly, in the depths of my soul, I want you men out there so bad to understand your worth, to understand your true composition. You are not your job. You are not what people say. You're not what people put in the newspaper. You're not what people say in social media. You're none of that. That's just what the world thinks. It's completely separate of your true identity and true worth as a spirit. This is a spiritual world that I'm talking about. Your spiritual worth is in the spiritual world. You got to examine the inner self and understand your spirit and understand your ancestors in this repetitive cycles of destruction that keep on going and jumping from generation to generation. Just demons jumping timelines, controlling your bloodline. Is that what you want? What do you want? What do you want? You want to be controlled by demons? Let me tell you something. Some of you out there, I know you worship demons. Let me tell you something. Whoever told you that the demon is more powerful than you and better than you is a lie. You're the prize. Demons are jealous of you because you're the highest creation of the divine. Okay? Telling you the truth. But if you want to serve a demon, it's on you. This is not the channel for you. I'm here for people that are willing to wage war with the darkness inside of themselves. Not here for spiritual wimps. This is not the channel for you. These are the ones that are riding till they die, to the end, to the death, and the resurrection of the soul into the hawk of gold, into the land of eternity with the ancestors. That's why I got it. The ancestor right here. Let me let you look. That's the best I can draw the picture. But I want you guys to know, gentlemen, divine masculines, daddy's baby, mommy's baby, okay? People say that the woman needs to heal for the world to be a better place. I say the man needs to heal because you are the father of the woman and the man. It says the tree don't, the fruit don't fall far from the tree. Guess what? You're the tree. You're the one with the seed. You're the seed. Without the seed, I don't care what kind of ground, what kind of womb you put it in. Without the seed, I don't care. There's not even a potential for a tree coming forth. So you are the initiator of life. You are the soul, the place that the divine chose to bring souls through. How important does that make you? To be so high and to allow yourself to live so low. When you are a divine God, you bring souls to the planet. You have a lot of responsibility on you. And no, you don't need to be having sex for pleasure with women that can get pregnant, and then you have children without fathers that become destructive children that hate life so much that they want to use drugs to kill the pain. A lot of these children out here on drugs is because you chose not to be a father. I need you to change. You want to talk to me? Try to make things better while you're alive, while your children are alive. You can love them through it. Email me at THENTRU, the letter N, the letter U, at gmail.com. I am not doing any types of services right now. I'm seriously considering turning this business into a non-profit church type of situation, or just a hobby, because I really have a lot I'm dealing with legally with this business. It's causing a lot of problems that I did not foresee, and I just want to be here for you guys to help you create a better life for yourself, your children, so that your name can be great when you leave this world, so that women don't go around saying bad things about you behind your back, so that you don't go around saying bad things about women, that we all live with integrity, class, and piety, and divinity, and shine like the stars above. That we already are. We're going to become when we leave. I love you, Daddy. I need you to level up and be Papa. Can you do it? Will you do it? You can do it. It's time to turn the hearts of the fathers back to the children. I love you. Divine loves you more. I'm about to go and have me some breakfast. Y'all got me emotional. Okay? Can't have y'all watching me get too emotional. All right. I love you guys. We're gonna do a spread. Probably I'm gonna eat me some breakfast first, and then we're gonna do a spread for July and August. See what happens. See what Spirit has to say. Okay. I love you guys. I want you to think about what I'm talking about. It's time to clear up the collective karma that your ancestors have snowballed, and now you're dealing with it because obviously you dealt with some trauma that possibly came from the family. And it's because people are not clearing up their karma. Will you stop it at this generation? I hope so. Do you want your children to suffer and pay for your unhealed wounds unhealed misalignments with the divine. You want your children to inherit, right when they think they're at a comfortable age and they meet the person that reflects the trauma that you put them through, because that's what happens. A person becomes manifested that is a complete reflection of what you went through in your childhood abusive situations. You got to heal, baby. I love you, but the divine loves you more. All right? Sister Chaffee here, Creative Canvas Seed Online, where we talk about the divine nature of your spirit. If you guys need me, email me, okay? Nothing's going to cost you anything. I'm not asking for $1 because I'm technically right now, not in business, okay? I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.